Hello everyone, and here the little Frenchie in Big Texas. Welcome to my channel. So today I am taking you on an inflation shopping trip. Yes, you heard me right, inflation. So that's the kind of shopping trip that's gonna hurt your wallet. And we are not only going grocery shopping here. What I want to do is look at all the purchases and bills that came in the last week and a half, and look at how much prices have increased since the last bill, last shopping. It's pretty much gonna be over the last few months. And whether what we see on TV, this 8.6%, is right. So let's go. And to start, we are going grocery shop. We're gonna make dinner. So what are we having for dinner tonight? We are having pasta with meat sauce. Pretty cheap, you know, basic. So I like the burrito. As you know, I love pasta by now. So H-E-B price went from $1.25 to $1.59, which is a 27% price increase on this burrito pasta. And here I'm being very conservative. I am taking the cheapest price around, because it can go much higher than $1.58. So all the analysis that follows, I am taking the cheapest price I know around the area. Conservative. So with the spaghetti, we're gonna have some basic Kroger here. Tomato, basil, meat. Well, that one is without the meat. The meat is coming. Sauce. So that sauce here went from $1.49 to $1.69. So that's a 13.4% price increase just over the last 2 weeks. I think it just went up. With this, we're gonna have Parmesan cheese. Parmesan cheese, the bag, H-E-B, pretty good actually, went from 2.5 to 2.79. That's an 11.6% increase. The ground beef, I like it a bit lean, so it's a 90% lean ground beef at H-E-B as well. And the 1 pound little roll went from $5.29 to $5.44. That's a 2.8% increase, so that actually is not too bad. With that, I'm a French person, I love to have bread. And I actually really enjoy the baguette from Costco. You know, at the bakery section, the long baguette? Well, it just jumped in price. No baguette for my pasta tonight, I guess. It went from $4.79 to $5.99. That's a 25% price increase on their bakery. So that's my meal without the baguette. So what are we gonna have for dessert? I want to have some yogurt with honey. So yogurt, basic yogurt, I like the Stonyfield baby yogurt. It went from $3.69 to $4.33 at H-E-B, and that again is my cheapest one around. That's a 17.3% price increase. And with that, I'm gonna have, we are almost out of our farm honey, so I'm gonna have the cheapest one around as well, which is the Costco Texas honey. Pretty good for and used to be a good price for the quantity, and it just jumped as well last week from, it used to be $9.99, it went to $10.99, so I'm taking $10.99, the latest price, went from $10.99 to $12.79. That's a 16.4 price increase. And after dinner, we need to wash everything, right? So I'm looking at the little dishwashing pad, Costco brand. I'm not going into the Cascade expensive one, the Costco basic ones. It went from $9.99 to $10.89. That's a 9% price increase. All right, we're done with dinner here. What if we decide to actually eat out instead of eating at home? And here again, I'm gonna be very cheap. I'm not going to the fancy restaurants. 2 cheap options the kids like. The first one is going for pizza. Who doesn't like pizza, right? So the one close by that we like, I'm looking at the 10-inch pizza. It went from $8.99 to $9.99. They pretty much added $1 for every item in the shop. And that for the little 10 inches is an 11% price increase. Now, my kids love Chick-fil-A. Let's go for the nuggets. 12 nuggets meal at Chick-fil-A. And I make videos on this one because it kept increasing step by step. So started at $9.47 in November 21, went from $9.84, and right now it went to $10.27. So altogether, it's an 8% price increase. And I'm not going back to the history of earlier when it was even cheaper. This is the last 6 months, but just the last weeks, months, it's 5%. So that's for the food. Now let's look at my purchases. So I had to buy some medicine for our birds, just to stock up a bit, some antibiotics for our chicken and poultry at the farm. So I buy packs of 5 to have it cheaper on the internet. It used to be $99 for the 5 packs of antibiotic. It went to $129, and that was my last purchase was December, so it's 6 months, 30% price increase. Now I just got in the mail electrical bill, and I just had to renew my plan. So the plan went from 8.6 per kilowatt hour to 13.9 kilowatt hour. That's a 62% price increase. So it depends on how much you consume here, but if you take an average without any additional charges, taxes and so on, 2000 kilowatt consumption, the bill without any additional items, just the base, went from $172 to $278. $100, nice, right? Of course, then you've got the fuel, because you need to go, especially when you're in Texas, a lot of going back and forth. It's a big state. You need the car, even if you're in the city. No subway here in Houston. So, and it's hard to go for the fuel, because it's increased so much since the new president took office here. It's hard to, where do we start on the price increase? But if we look at an average, I mean, I'm being nice here, because it used to be $2. I'm talking premium Houston area, so probably the cheapest in the country, I know. So let's start at $3, pretty much what it was earlier this year, before all the international turmoil. And then right now, which it went down by 50 cents, it just went down. So I'm taking the cheap price that just went down, $4.59. That's a 53% price increase. And once again, I'm being very conservative here, because we can go way above 100% if we want to on calculation of the fuel increase here on inflation. So if you got 20 gallon, it went from $60 to $92. You need to do any work, you need some labor, you pay by the hour. Well, first, if you find any, because that's pretty hard to find, but we had a few a bit of help on the farm. Let's say we started with $15. Right now, it's $25 per hour, just to give you an idea of the costs. And here, I mean, I'm just basic labor. I am not going into major work in the house, repairs, construction, or even big buys like buying a new car. No, we're not getting there, because we're definitely not at 8.6% inflation. All right, now let's talk online purchases. And the biggest retailer here is Amazon. So let's go for Amazon. First, Amazon Prime. If you want to get it delivered, all the advantages and so on, Prime is the way to go. So the Prime membership, mine just renewed. It went from $119 to $139. That's a 16.8% price increase just on the membership. Now, what did I want to buy? Because we're very close to Prime Day, so I started looking at what I would like to buy and whether they're going to be discounted or not in a few days. And I was looking for cotton kitchen towels. Actually, these ones here that I really like. They're very similar to the ones from Crate and Barrel, so pretty high brand, highly absorbent, and you get. It comes by a 6, and the pack of 6, the last price I bought them for was $22.48 for 6. I looked at it right now online, they're at $24.99. So that's an 11% price increase, and I have seen them at $30 earlier, because Amazon, it fluctuates. They never went below this $24.99. So I'm taking the very conservative approach here, the cheapest price I've found, which is still an 11% price increase. So now I want to look at underwear. Cotton underwear, cotton briefs for women. The pack of 6, Amazon Basics here. I'm not going very far in the brand. It used to be $12. And right now they're at $15.8. That's a 32% price increase. Just like that. So, even on Amazon, huh? Now let's look at fish food. We've got some koi fish here. Wanted to get some food for the koi fish. The big bag, I think it's 10 pounds at least. It used to be $20.99, so $21. Right now it's $25.82. That's a 23% price increase. So these are just a few examples of purchases I made over the last week, or I want to do. But when you look at it, all of them, I mean, almost all of them are above the 8.6%. I mean, the average inflation, of course, you would have to take the weighted average, and it's going to depend on what you spend, how much you drive, because the fuel is driving everything just really high up. But I mean, when I look at all these numbers, I can add them up and calculate it, but it's closer to 20 or 30%, far from the 8.6, unfortunately. So just wanted to share here, because unfortunately as well, prices keep increasing. You know, every time I go to a shop, I notice something else. Oh, that one just jumped. And I mean, my last shopping trip at Costco, it was the honey with, how much did it do? Honey, what did I say? 16%. And the baguette, 25%. Pretty much overnight. So as always, if you find something at a good price, just get it, because tomorrow price could have jumped and it might not be available. Two options. So when you see it at a good price and in good condition, not expired, get it. Get it. I hope you find this a bit useful. Unfortunately, it's not good news, but this is the world we live in. So we have to deal with it for the time being and hoping for the best, but preparing for the worst. So be prepared, and thank you all for watching.
With a 40-year high inflation story as well. In the upcoming week, the latest consumer inflation report will be released. It is expected to hit a new 40-year high. For the month of June, we will get that number for you.